Hi, we tried this before. Our internet went out. That happens all the time. So, real quick, we're in Chicago. IU beat Northwestern 71-56 in the second round of the Big Ten tournament. They're going to play Maryland tomorrow. Here's some things that we learned today. IU learned how to play defense today. They only gave up 56 points. Honor Mascara-Perea got hurt. James Malcolm Jr. is really good. We're going to play Maryland tomorrow. That could be a problem. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah,
the defense.
Yeah, the defense. Defense, best game I've seen them play defensively all year. Players were talking about, it was really telling talking to Rob Johnson. Rob was saying that, it's weird because we're talking about this again. But Rob
practice. It's going to be better.
Rob was saying that, they hear us constantly question their defense, us being the media, because we keep on poking questions at it. Hey, your defense is bad. You guys can't, defend anybody. Apparently that bothered Rob Johnson, because he said that that's a direct question of the team's toughness, and Rob doesn't like being tough. There's a question about how tough he is. And so these last few practices, I guess the players themselves took it upon themselves to put more pressure on the defensive side of the ball. It wasn't something Crean was saying, or any of the coaches. Troy Williams said, hey, we realized we're not playing so great, so let's start focusing on that. Today they did. They took away all the mistakes they made in Northwestern the first time, about 15 days ago. They kind of limited those. Trey Dumps had been an IU killer. Tom Crean loves Trey Dumps a lot.
He's shooting guard in his Tom Crean loves him team.
Yes, there's a Tom Crean loves him team that we came up with. He's a shooting guard. He averaged 19 points per game against Indiana coming into today in 4 games. He had 4 today. Indiana just wasn't allowing him to catch the ball. He had 5 shots. 2 of them were air balls. He was having a really bad time. Alex Ola was the other guy that was killing them in the post. He had a big man double-double of like 17 and 14 points rebounds that first matchup. Today he had 12.7 rebounds. I think 7 of those points came in the second half. He really was never a huge factor because Indiana kept double-teaming him, triple-teaming him, making his life terrible, really, all day, and that was frustrating for him. Northwestern shot 33% in the first half. Indiana built a lead because that offense with James Blackman Jr. scoring 25 points was there. They took a 14-point lead in the halftime. What Indiana did earlier in the year, when we were like, wow, this Indiana team's really good. They can make some noise. They did that today. And the defense kind of was the basis of that.
You mentioned Alex Ola. The best thing Alex Ola did all day for Northwestern was, unfortunately, knock out Honor Mascara-Perea from the game. With 10 minutes to go in the second half, Ola tried to take a charge underneath the basket. He goes down onto the ground. Honor goes up for a layup. I keep doing this. I've done this 3 times, and I keep doing it like this.
Not even like 5 times.
Honor, I can't do it. Honor goes up to the basket, and as he's doing so, Ola's shoulder falls into Honor, and Honor's knee buckles, and it's the one that he had hurt earlier in the season that forced him to miss 7 games. He didn't come back into the game. He went back to the locker room. We could see a trainer come out and say knee, which is when there's only one word and it's a body part, that's not a good sign if you're an athlete. So he was able to walk out and watch the last few games on the bench. He walked out under his own power. But there's no update as of yet. It's 9:42 in Chicago, so it's about 11 o'clock in Bloomington, which is where IU is and we go to school. So we have no update yet. Honnor's going to be reevaluated in the morning. They're not sure if he's going to be able to play tomorrow against Maryland, which is a good transition into Maryland, which is what we were just talking about.
Right. And I mean, in the first time that IU met Maryland, they didn't have Honor Mascara-Perea either. So I mean, and IU won that game by 19 points. So maybe he just doesn't match up well with Maryland, but I kind of doubt that.
Well, he has a shoot 3.
Well, yeah, that really helped them last time. So what did they make? 16, 15?
15.
I think 15 threes last time. Yeah. Or in that first game. Anyways, in the first take of this video, we were talking about how Maryland plays through the post, but not through a traditional big man post player.
Also true.
Yeah, and that's kind of the player that's really hurt IU at times this year. Guys like AJ Hammonds of Purdue and Alex Ola of Northwestern that we saw in the first matchup.
Frank.
Yeah, and, I mean, obviously player of the year, Frank Kaminsky. But yeah, so that's kind of the guy who's hurt IU in some games this year. But Maryland doesn't really do that, and I think that's one of the reasons why IU matches up kind of well with Maryland. And I mean, it's not the most outlandish thing to think that the way IU played today would have beaten Maryland as well. I mean, their defense was really good, the best we've seen all year, like you guys said, and the offense just kind of came out because of that. There was a lot of momentum building between the two, between the offense and defense. They kind of built off of it, and just really got a couple good runs on Northwestern.
Yeah, So that's Northwestern.
Yeah, sorry, I rambled there a little bit.
And we
No,
always
no, no. So that's Maryland tomorrow. That would be at 6:30 Bloomington time, 5:30 Chicago time. We will be here for that. We're going to stay here. We're going to go get a pizza. I don't know if you guys know that, but we're going to go get a pizza. And we will be back here with you guys tomorrow for IU Maryland, which is the third round of the Big Ten tournament starting at 6:30.